Hello there, Maple Leaf fans. Welcome to the post-game show after the Leafs beat the Colorado Avalanche. I'm now taking live to the post-game.
How would you describe this victory? How you guys got it done tonight?
Yeah, we had the lead on these guys not too long ago, last week or whatever. Nice to close this one out.
As a guy that really prides yourself on defense, do you get up for games like that when you know they're going to be coming at you hard?
Get up for every game.
How would you describe that winning goal?
Yeah, fortuitous bounce. Obviously, it's kind of funny how the hockey gods work out. Sometimes you get those bounces, sometimes you don't. I feel like they honestly haven't really been bouncing our way the last couple of weeks, so it was nice to get a bounce and Stevie take advantage.
What would you say that Joe Wall had on the win tonight?
Massive, the biggest, honestly. Stood tallest, bailed me out in the third there, turned the puck over, and he has that, save right down the pipe. But that wasn't the only big save. He had numerous big saves. Great with the puck. Overall, just super steady.
What stood out to you about Austin? Obviously, he gets the goal, but he's right there with you in the tough battle tonight.
Yeah, we were going up against their top line all night, and I thought we did a pretty good job. Slowing 29 out down through the middle of the ice. I think Austin did a great job against him, and same with his wingers, Nyzy and Mitch. Thought we did a good job against that line. Thought we spent some time in the ozone, got some good looks, and suppress their scoring chances.
What can the team take away from these last couple of games as you look to keep building here?
Yeah, just build our confidence, momentum. It's a big thing in this league. When you lose a few in a row, sometimes the confidence just isn't quite there as it was when you're winning 3 in a row. So, kind of catapult us here the rest of March and into April. It's obviously getting into crunch time as we've been talking about here the last couple of weeks. So, big few games on the road here coming up.
How did the team get it done here tonight?
I think it was just a gritty win. Joe was great for us tonight, but they got some high-end skill, high-end speed over there. I thought we did a good job of, when we needed to defend, we checked hard, and Willer was there to back us up again too.
What stands out about that matchup that you're in tonight? McKinnon is having an early year, coming off an MVP. The other guys were saying they think he's playing even better this year. What stood out about the matchup tonight?
Yeah, he's always a tough guy to go up against. He brings so much speed and power, and everything he does is 100 miles an hour. So he's a tough guy to match up against. Just try to stay above him as much as possible and keep him to the outside. But obviously he's too good of a player not to get his looks at times. So just try to, just be on the right side of him, check him hard, and just be aware of when he's on the ice at all times.
When Steven Lorenz gets the chance to use his shot, what do you make of it?
Pretty good shot. Yeah, pretty good shot, I'd say. Nice little break for us there. But yeah, pretty tough angle there, but he got that off pretty good.
You mentioned Joe, just what you've seen from the last couple of games, just sort of steady things and really confidence now.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what's going on in the game. He could be playing good, he could be playing bad. I find he's just always got the same attitude, the same mentality. He approaches things the same every night, and he's extremely focused. So, I thought tonight he was excellent for us. He had some big saves there at the end to keep it a tie game there. I just thought he was all over it tonight.
Your goals tonight, more or less, and then just get the puck in the net and everything was going to happen?
I'm trying to find Nyzy there on the back door, but fortunate bounce, and we'll take it.
You had 6 straight weeks on the road. I'm just wondering, this last stretch at home, what did it do for you? Just how did you feel it maybe impacted your energy levels?
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice to be at home for a little bit, spend some time with my dog, just sleep in your own bed. It's been good. It's been good just to have this stretch of games here and come back on the road. That's life, and these are important games for us, important points. So we just got to be ready.
It's really about a goal.
I think it was a shorty, right? So I think we were just trying to get it clear. And again, I'm not too sure what happened with the ref. I was trying to look to get a change, and I just saw him kind of go down a little bit. And I saw the puck squirt loose, so I thought, I might as well reroute and try and go get a shot on net, and I was fortunate enough to pick a corner, and that's just history. But, I'll take that bounce. It seems like I've had a few bounces go the other way this year, so, we'll take that one.
What do you learn about Joe Wall this season playing for him? Is his makeup and his ability to step in for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, his resilience is huge. We always trust both of our goalies back there, and Bowler, I just said to a different interview that he probably saw 7 or 8 minutes of their top 6 in the last 10, and he just stood on his head. He looked calm and cool, and he kept pucks in front of him. He wasn't trying to make spectacular, flashy saves. So he did a great job, and we just had the most confidence, playing in front of him, because we broke down a few times and we had some shifts where we couldn't get the puck out of our end. And he was there to back us up.
What does it do for the team's confidence when the way you guys are trying to play and you have that guy back there?
It's huge. It allows you to play a little bit more free in your own end. You don't have to worry about, if you kind of get exposed, then you might, puck might end up in the back of net. So allows you to play a little bit more aggressive, and that aggression, if you channel that the right way, the defense stays off. And so if you're good in your own end, again, having the trust of those guys, or trusting those guys back there to stop those pucks, it's huge.
What's that about Austin's game tonight?
I mean, he's so calm with the puck. That's the thing I noticed. He gets pucks in the middle of the ice, and they don't give up a lot through the middle of the ice. There wasn't a whole lot of opportunities to skate pucks there. They do a good job. It's a team that knows how to play the right way, and it seemed like there was a lot of chips, and they handle it a great way too. It seems like a lot of times tonight you were working so hard, you weren't really accomplishing a whole lot because of just going back and forth with the chips and the holdups and stuff like that. And sometimes it's not pretty, but that's how you win. And the fact that he can get pucks in the middle and kick it out to the side without turning it over, and he's just so poised to make the right play. It seems like all the time.
Last couple of games at reset for you guys on home ice, do you feel?
I think so. It was a long stretch. That's just the way the schedule worked, and there's no excuses. It's just nice to be able to, come home and play in front of the home crowd, sleep in your own bed. It's little things that go a long way. So it was nice to get that little boost, and to be able to get 2 wins out of it is definitely huge.
Does it still feel surreal being a person who grew up rooting for the Maple Leafs to score for the Leafs?
Yeah, it's surreal every game. I take pride in pulling that jersey over every single game, and I mean that. I talk to myself, scoring a goal like tonight, you'd think it'd just be a little kid jumping in the glass. So definitely cool. Again, it's a job now for me, and I take it very seriously, but there's still that passion, that fire in myself that I love doing what I do.
You're usually, I'm sorry, Stephen, you're usually a guy who takes the morning skate. I'm just wondering what it was like being off the ice this morning.
Yeah, I wanted to get my legs going, but we got a back-to-back and 3 games in 4 nights, so I just thought it was best to maybe just spin on the bike and get a stretch. I think a bunch of guys opted to do that today instead of going on the ice.
What did you like about your game tonight, Joseph?
I think it was solid all the way through. I just, again, preach it all the time to just stick to my process, and I thought it was a great team win for us, and we did a great job of locking it down after we scored that go-ahead goal. And they're a good team over there, and it's a big win for us.
Your first game against the Avs, what stood out going up against McKinnon?
Yeah, he's a good player. I think this year's been my first time playing him and McDavid, and they're special players and they have their reputation for a reason, but I take the guys we have in this room 10 out of 10 times, and I think our team showed that they were a special team.
From your vantage point, how do you see that winning goal and the play that led up to it?
Yeah, I'll take it for sure. Bounces happen, and unfortunate for them, but it's good to be on the right side of it.
Is it a goalie split, but how important is it to get into a groove as a goaltender, to get a little run here for yourself?
Yeah, it's nice to play a lot. I think like you said, it's easier to get in that rhythm and that groove, and you're not thinking as much because you're in the net, and when you're playing, you're not really thinking. So I just try to do my job when I'm called upon, and we'll continue to do that.
The Nelson save, kind of midway through the third there. Jake was crediting you for saving him. What did you see on that one?
I think D did a good job showing me that that was my guy, and it was a 3-on-2, and they were pretty spread like that, so he had options, so I just tried to play him one-on-one as best I could, and the D have saved me plenty of time, so yeah.
What was it at the end of the second period? I think it was 9 straight shots for the Avs at McKinnon right on the doorstep, just that whole sequence for you, that stretch.
It's big for us to not give up a goal there. I think that could be a big momentum shift, giving a goal at the end of the period. So I think we did a good job, controlling their rush there.
You said it shows a win that shows that you're kind of a special team. What did you guys show, do you think, tonight?
I think patience. Like, it's a tight game, and stuck to our systems like we preach, and get a go ahead goal, and then we just continue to play our game. And I think we had some of our best chances after we had the lead, and we're defending the lead. So I think just continuing to play like that. I think those are habits of special teams.
Well, you guys took the short-handed penalty. The cameras saw you doing a slow burn, and then seconds later comes that Lorentz goal. Just take us through that, maybe.
Well, I didn't really see the puck was shot out, hit the ref. I wasn't looking. Wasn't paying attention, but it was a good break for us on the goal. But yeah, the penalty I was not very happy with. Not really happy with the call, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Yeah, he is excellent. Made some real good saves. Held us in there in the first period. I didn't think we were on our toes in the first period. We're a little bit. Looked like we were a little bit tentative, not aggressive enough. Kind of watching them move the puck around and skate.
You have to pick somebody at some point to play in the crease, playoffs. What has he shown you last little stretch of just being able to stay things?
No, I definitely. I mean, he's played excellent. Like the last 3 games, he's been really good. So, we'll figure all that out.
What do you think made the Matthews line so effective tonight?
Well, I thought that that line was very good tonight. That's not an easy job to go out there against that McKinnon line all night, and they did a great job. I thought that what made them effective, the line, was that they went after them and played in the offensive zone and created opportunities and worked and skated, and along with McCabe and Tanev out there against them guys all night. But I thought that what we talked about is putting them on their heels a little bit, and they did that. That line was really good for us tonight.
What are you seeing in the adjustment phase for Scott Laughton?
Just a little bit. I think he's trying to probably play the game without making mistakes, and he's overthinking things instead of just playing goal lots. Just play, be aggressive, do your thing, and that'll come around. I do believe that. He wants to do well, and he's got to loosen up and go play. Use your ability. You're a good player. You played in the league a long time. Just go play. I think he's holding back a little bit. Too safe almost,
How much do you think that's local kid coming home wanted?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. He's from here and, got a lot going on and people and everything else. And you want to please, right? He's got to forget about pleasing and play and do your thing. You're a good player. That's why you're in the National Hockey League and you played a long time.
The last 2 games as a reset on home ice.
Yeah, no, it's good. Really good on home ice here. I thought that that's a very good team over there. And, they put you on your heels a lot, but we battled and blocked shots and competitive. We were competitive, There's things we got to do better, obviously, and we will. But overall, it was a competitive game, and I thought that we competed hard and did what we had to do to win the game. And Joseph Woll did what he had to do for us in net. He was very good.
We had a deal. You get a job, you get a house by your 20s. That deal is broken.
Housing costs have doubled under the Carney-Trudeau Liberals. I'll axe the sales tax on new homes to save you $50,000 so you can bring it home.
That's the deal.
I want to smile all the time now. There's no inhibitions about it.